Buckle up, Dream Theatre fans. An era thought to be gone forever is making a surprising comeback. Let's venture back in time to 2010. Dream Theatre was at the height of their fame, but behind the scenes, a storm was brewing. Mike Portnoy, the band's iconic drummer and co-founder, announced his departure, leaving fans and fellow band members in shock. The drumming duties were taken over by Mike Mangini, and for the next 13 long years, Dream Theatre continued to rock the world stage without Portnoy. Yet, the winds of change were set in motion in 2020, during the unexpected solitude brought by the global pandemic. This period saw the reconnection of old friends and bandmates, Mike Portnoy and John Petrucci. The two collaborated on Petrucci's solo album, Terminal Velocity, and this connection rekindled the flame of their past camaraderie. Portnoy's words on this unexpected reunion resonate with the unexpected nature of life itself. Well, it's been 13 years now, and it's crazy how time flies. But the last couple of years, I guess during the pandemic, I reconnected with John Petrucci. Once we were in lockdown, and all of my bands couldn't tour, and Dream Theatre couldn't tour, John Petrucci was doing a solo album, and he asked me to play on it. And then from there we decided we wanted to do another album, which is with Jordan Rudess. And then, shortly after that, John asked me to go on tour with him. So it just seems like we've been kind of reconnecting through the last few years. This reunion was not merely a professional decision. It was a reconnection of shared history, of families growing up together, and a sense of timing that felt just right. A series of fortunate events and personal connections led to the reunion of Mike Portnoy with Dream Theatre. The stage is now set for the next chapter of Dream Theatre's journey, a chapter that promises to be as exciting, if not more, than the ones that have come before. This is the story of the unexpected reunion, a tale of music, friendship, and the power of time. So, what's next on the horizon for Dream Theatre with Mike Portnoy back in the lineup? It appears that there's a lot to look forward to. Portnoy has hinted at the band hitting the studio in 2024 to work on a new album. This would mark their first collaborative project since Black Clouds and Silver Linings was released in 2009. Fans are eagerly awaiting this new material, with the hope that it will bring back some of the magic that characterized Dream Theatre's earlier work. But what about the prospect of a sequel to the iconic Metropolis Pete 2, Scenes from a Memory? This possibility has been a topic of speculation among fans since Portnoy's return was announced. While nothing has been confirmed yet, Portnoy hasn't ruled out the idea. He even mentioned that it would be fun to revisit the concept of Metropolis PT2, although he also acknowledged that the band might choose to avoid the obvious path. So it seems like the future of Dream Theatre is full of potential. With Portnoy back in the mix, they have the opportunity to recapture the unique sound that made them stand out in the progressive metal scene. It will be interesting to see where this new chapter takes the band and what surprises they have in store for fans. While there's no definitive answer yet, the future of Dream Theatre looks promising. With Mike Portnoy back in the band, how will Dream Theatre balance Mangini-era and Portnoy-era material during live performances? This is a question on the minds of many fans. The band's discography is extensive, spanning nearly 4 decades, and each era has its unique sound and style. It's a veritable symphony of progressive metal that has evolved over time, with Mike Mangini bringing his own distinct touch to the band's music after Mike Portnoy's departure. Incorporating songs from both eras into their live performances is no small task. It's a jigsaw puzzle of musical elements that need to fit together seamlessly. Mike Portnoy acknowledges this complexity, stating that it's too soon to tell how they'll approach it. He is aware that he needs to find his place in the new dynamic, ensuring that he doesn't step on anyone's toes. Portnoy says, "I think when I left the band 13 years ago, I was running a lot of stuff, and I think now they've gotten so used to working more as a collective band that I think it's a very different dynamic now that I'm going to have to find my place in and without stepping on anybody's toes." This delicate balancing act is a challenge that Dream Theatre is ready to face. They're committed to ensuring that their live performances cater to fans of both eras, promising an exciting and balanced live experience for fans. It's a challenge that Dream Theatre is ready to face, promising an exciting and balanced live experience for fans. As you can imagine, fans have had a lot to say about Mike Portnoy's return to Dream Theatre. The news has been met with an outpouring of excitement, as well as a fair share of skepticism. Let's dive into some of the reactions. On one hand, many longtime fans are thrilled to see the original drummer back in the mix. These fans fondly remember the classic Dream Theater era, characterized by epic song structures, intricate musicianship, and the unmistakable drumming style of Mike Portnoy. They believe that his return could signal a return to form for the band, a throwback to the golden days of progressive metal. There are fans who say, "This is the best thing to happen to Dream Theater in years, and I can't wait to see them play live again with Portnoy on the drums." Their anticipation is palpable, as they eagerly await the band's upcoming performances and studio work with Portnoy. However, not all reactions have been positive. Some fans have expressed concerns about the band's direction, wondering how they will balance the old and new eras of their music. There are those who have grown to appreciate the distinct sound that Dream Theater developed with Mike Mangini, and they worry that this change could disrupt the band's musical evolution. A few fans have been quoted as saying, "I hope this doesn't mean they'll just rehash the old stuff, and what about the great music they made with Mangini?" These fans are cautious, perhaps even a bit anxious, about what the future holds for Dream Theater. Regardless of their initial reactions, most fans agree on one thing: they're eager to see what comes next. They're looking forward to the band's upcoming releases and tours, and they're curious to see how Mike Portnoy's return will shape the band's sound and direction. The return of Mike Portnoy has stirred up a whirlwind of emotions among Dream Theater fans. It's a thrilling time to be a Dream Theater fan, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for this legendary band. As we wrap up our discussion, let's take a moment to consider the impact of Mike Portnoy's return on Dream Theater and the music world. It's no secret that Mike Portnoy's departure from Dream Theater in 2010 was a significant blow to the band and its fans. His unique drumming style and creative contributions were integral to the band's sound and identity. But now, after 13 long years, Portnoy is back. And with his return, there comes a wave of renewed excitement, not just for the band, but for the entire progressive metal scene. This reunion is more than just a nostalgic trip down memory lane. It's a chance for Dream Theater to rekindle the magic that made them one of the most influential bands in the genre. But it also comes with its own set of challenges. As mentioned earlier, the task of balancing the Mangini-era material with the Portnoy-era classics will be a complex one. And how will Mike fit into the new dynamic that the band has established in his absence? These are the questions that will shape the band's future. For the music industry, this reunion also signifies the enduring power of relationships and the importance of creative chemistry. In an era where lineup changes are frequent and bands often lose their original sound, Dream Theater's reunion with Mike Portnoy is a testament to their commitment to their musical roots. But above all, this reunion is a gift to the fans. Those who've been longing for the classic Dream Theater sound can look forward to a potential revival. And those who've discovered the band in the Mangini era can get a taste of the original Dream Theater magic. This is a pivotal moment in Dream Theater's history, one that could potentially reshape their legacy. And while there are many uncertainties, one thing is for sure. Dream Theater is poised for an exciting new chapter in their story. Only time will tell what's in store for Dream Theater with Mike Portnoy back in the drum seat. Until then, fans can only wait in anticipation, ready to embrace whatever comes next.